Hello, huge movie fanatic Nate, stopping on by for the first video of 2019. This time I'm coming at you to do a little look at slash review of the Aquarius Friday the 13th playing cards for ages 17 and up. I don't play cards. I'm not a card playing guy myself. I got this particular deck of cards as a gift. So I figured, well, this is kind of right up my alley, being a Friday 13th fan, my favorite franchise probably of all time. And it kind of goes with the channel and stuff, so I thought, well, these cards are kind of cool and worth talking about, so why don't I make a video about them. This is the Friday the 13th, as I said, playing cards deck from Aquarius Entertainment. Friday the 13th. Playing cards. Resurrect Jason Voorhees with this official deck of Friday the 13th playing cards. That's the top, the side, and the bottom. This is the obviously what the cards come in. 17 and over only. I'm sure 16 and 15-year-olds would probably not die if they use these, but all the back of the cards look like this. It's kind of a cool image, although it's probably from Freddy versus Jason, so this particular Friday 13th fan isn't so keen on that movie, unfortunately. So all the back of the cards look like this. Another thing that's unfortunate about this deck is that a majority of the cards are feature images from Freddy versus Jason and Jason X and Jason Goes to Hell. It'll be interesting for you fans to see, unfortunately, how few. I might as well just say right now that there's not a single image from Final Chapter. I think all of the other parts of the Friday 13th franchise, with the exception of the remake slash reboot, are featured at least once in this deck. So here you got an image, of course, of Jason, quote unquote Jason, from Freddy versus Jason. Obviously an image from Jason Goes to Hell. I did think at the time, and I still think that the image or the likeness that they came up with for Jason in that movie was pretty gosh darn cool. And when I saw it in the theater in 1993, I was just so bummed that the Jason looked so cool that that cool look of Jason was not in the movie for the majority of it. It was just such a bummer. And we're not off to a very good start here. Kind of show you what I mean here. This is the third card, is the Joker. Jason X still. Obviously, not a big fan of Jason Goes to Hell, or the New Line Jason movies. Personally, for me, they pretty much end at part 7, but part 8 for sure is for me, the definitive end. The official end of Jason for me. Here's another still from Jason Goes to Hell, of course. I'm not going to comment on each card's, that's an ace or whatever, and, a king or whatever. I'm not going to comment on that any more than I just did now. But here's another image, of course, from Jason X. At least it's, the Jason before the, whatever it's called, Uber Jason. Here we go, finally. A shot from Friday 13th Part 6, Jason Lives. No, from what I can tell, these images, the ones that are like this, you can't really tell on this camera, but this is probably just like a scan of a DVD image or the high-definition Blu-ray image. I think this is a scan from, it's not a behind-the-scenes photo. I think it's more like just a screen grab from DVD or Blu-ray or something like that of Jason Lives. Got another Jason X. This time it's Uber Jason or whatever the hell they called him. Another Jason X card for you. Here we go. Friday 13th Part 7, New Blood. This is actually not a screen grab, I don't think. I think it's like a behind-the-scenes photo, taken from a different angle. I'm not 100% on that, but as a fan that's seen this movie a bazillion times, I want to say it's not a screen grab, but like a behind-the-scenes still, as I said. This is kind of cool. This is probably like a behind-the-scenes photo or a photo of the location from the beginning of Jason Takes Manhattan. This is the Crystal Lake sign that's briefly featured. I don't think this is a screen grab from the movie, because I don't think it's shown this well. This might be a behind-the-scenes picture of just that location from the movie. Once again, don't quote me, but that I don't think that's what you ever see a shot of the sign looking like this in the movie. So it's ironic. It's kind of like a still of a location from a Friday the 13th movie. Yay, we've got another Jason X card here. Not being a huge fan of that movie, we'll just set it aside. Here's probably a screen grab from Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning, which is kind of fun. I mean, to see anything from the classic era of Friday the 13th, you know, on a playing card is kind of fun. Now, this is interesting. I've seen and have, you know, I saw back in the summer of 1989 this teaser trailer they were playing on TV where it's like, you know, some guy standing in a New York, you know, skyline or whatever, just in black with his back to us, and it's just like dun 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 dun, dun. Music plays for a while, like he's gonna start singing, and then this character turns around and it's Jason holding a machete, and they show all these shots of like people in the city screaming and this and that and going into a bum's face, and it's like Friday the 13th, Part 8. Jason takes Manhattan. New York has a new problem. Rated R. So I think this is a still not from the movie Jason Takes Manhattan, but a still from the shoot of that teaser, because you can see the shoulders of this individual are not quite as whatever broad as Kane Hodder. So I don't think this is Kane Hodder. I think it's possibly whoever played Jason in the teaser trailer thingamabob. Once again, don't quote me. That's just kind of what I think about this image here from Jason Takes Manhattan. Once again, an image from Jason Goes to Hell, because, you know, it was the final Friday. I mean, it's actually kind of surprising on these cards that they put the final Friday underneath the title Jason Goes to Hell here, because as we all know, the second last Friday the 13th movie, or Jason movie, I guess, definitely was not the last one. Here's probably most likely just a screen grab from a DVD or a Blu-ray of Friday the 13th Part 5 New Beginning. It's always, like I say, when I look at this deck, it's always cool to see the classic original movies, and then not as cool, obviously, to see an image like this from Jason X. Once again, this is just blatantly just a screen grab image from the movie itself. Jason Takes Manhattan. He's gonna just going down into the houseboat. He's gonna spear some teenagers. This it doesn't look like a screen grab from the New Blood. It looks like a behind-the-scenes photo. The resolution looks too good to be a screen grab. So this is kind of a cool image of Jason from Friday the 13th Part 7 New Blood. Once again, this is a classic image of Jason from Jason Goes to Hell. It's featured on that tin the first time they ever came out on Blu-ray, all the movies. It's actually, yeah, it's the only time, you know, to date, all the movies have been in one collection on Blu-ray, or one collection at all, I think, let alone Blu-ray. But this you know, this image, of course, was featured on the tin cover of that first Blu-ray collection, which now goes for, I don't know how much money, 300, 400, 500, whatever people are willing to pay for it. Now here's the only image on the cards from Friday the 13th Part 2. This is probably a behind the scenes, you know, I mean a still photo versus taking an image off the frame. It looks too good a resolution to be a screen grab, so that's really cool. I think it's the only one on this deck of Part 2. I'm not 100% sure. We shall find out. Once again, as I said, this deck is littered with New Line Cinema, Jason, quote-unquote Jason images. Here's another one from Jason Goes to Hell. Kane Hodder looks like he's kind of bored and tired from the day of shooting. Yeah, hey Kane, raise up the machete there. Let me take a still. Yeah, fuck you. I want to go home. Oh boy, here's an image of, you know, non-Jason, the jacket, where the very first time I think we were regaled with the fucking jacket-wearing Jason look, which is, you know, continues to haunt us Friday the 13th fans. Even Friday the 13th Friday the 13th fan films are, you know, continuing this horrible look of, you know, the whatever you want to call it, just jacket-wearing Jason. So yeah, there's another image of him from Freddy versus Jason. Here's a screen grab, which looks to me like a screen grab from Friday the 13th Part 5, New Beginning. That's, of course, not Jason, but Roy. Imposter Jason. Another probably, well, this is hard to tell. I can't tell if it's a screen grab or not, but an image from Friday the 13th Part 8. Jason Takes Manhattan, New York, has a new problem. Rated R. Starts July 28th at theaters everywhere. Oh boy, an image of non-Jason from Freddy vs. Jason. And this is an image behind the scenes kind of action photo of the dummy that they blow up in Jason Goes to Hell. This image was featured on the back of the VHS from early 94 or late 90. I think it came out in early 94 on tape and Laserdisc, but this image is the actual dummy that they exploded at the beginning of Jason Goes to Hell, and this is just a close-up of the dummy before it was exploded. So there you go. Here's a really crappy low-resolution image of the grave from the beginning of Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning. Probably, of course, taken from a DVD or Blu-ray. Oh boy! Jason X image. Oh boy! This is Friday the 13th of the Corn. Children of the Jason. What did you see? I saw the corn. Image of Kane Hodder as Jason in Friday the 13th Part 8. Jason Takes Manhattan on the subway. Well, this is kind of interesting, like the Part 8 one. This is just a location of what is, of course, in the movie Camp Forest Green, an image of the location from Friday the 13th Part 6. Jason Lives. It's kind of funny when it's just a picture of a location. How many damn images of Jason Goes to Hell did they shoot? Holy criminy. There's another one. Oh! Oh boy! And another one. If you're just listening to this audio and not, doing the dishes or doing the laundry and not watching it, every time I sigh, you can know that it's a card of Jason X or Jason Goes to Hell or Freddy vs. Jason. Just listen for the sigh and you know what card I picked. Here's an image from Jason. Friday 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Here's an image of Jason from Jason X. An image of quote-unquote Jason from Freddy vs. Jason. Here's probably one of the worst images on this set. It's a location from Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood. One of the houses from the movie. It's just really dark as all hell. I mean, it actually looks just as bad in person. Actually, it looks a little bit better on camera than it does in person. Probably one of the worst cards in the set. Although, if it's not, a New Line movie, I guess you can't complain too much. Here's a cool image of the guy who would play Jason before C.J. Graham replaced him in Jason Lives Friday the 13th Part 6 from the paintball scene. Here's oh gosh, this is a really dark and horribly dark image from Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan as well. That might tie with the other one as being kind of dark and crappy. Here's an image of the mask that covered the imposter Roy's face in Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning, after Roy's plummet onto the farm spikes at the end of the movie. The imposter Jason mask, or hockey mask. And I'm too tired to sigh, so I'll just say the word sigh. There's another image of Freddy versus Jason, or from Freddy versus Jason. I think this is the only image from the original Friday the 13th film in the deck, which is kind of a bummer. It'd be nice to have a Betsy Palmer, holding the knife crazed look one, but I think this is the only card from the original movie. Of course, the classic Welcome to Camp Crystal Lake sign. take what you can get, I guess. Just seeing the sign makes me just think of the movie and how much I love the original movie. Big sigh is released from my mouth right now as a Freddy versus Jason card is revealed. An image from Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, of him breaking through the little window to attack Rennie. Be kind of cooler if they just had to, they probably couldn't, you know what, they probably couldn't show likenesses of other actors and stuff on here. Otherwise, I was going to say it'd be cool if they showed the full shot of him attacking Rennie, but probably couldn't use their likeness without permission, maybe. Who knows how that works. Oh boy, another one of the bazillion images from behind the scenes of, whatever, production photo of Jason Goes to Hell. I don't know, is this a duplicate? I don't know, something very similar to this we already looked at in this little review or slash video of the deck here. If not the duplicate, something very, very similar from Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Oh boy. A card from Jason X. You can just play it. You could play a game where the loser draws the frickin' card from a New Line from a New Line Jason movie. Here's a kind of an interesting, just behind the scenes photo of a set from Jason Goes to Hell of just the, just like with the Myers house. By the time you got to this movie, then now there's a Voorhees house. How original! But there's a shot of the sign from a set from Jason Goes to Hell. Now this is a weird picture. It's arguably there's a boat like this in the original movie. Either this is a behind the scenes picture taken of that lake with the boat, or it's just this is obviously not a screen grab from the original movie from 1980, but it could very well be behind the scenes. Just a photograph of the location or something. It's a kind of a mystery to me if this is in fact a shot of a boat from the movie or just a shot of any boat that someone took. But I guess I was wrong. There's two pictures or two cards from the original movie, at least two cards in this deck. But again, a picture of the boat in a calm lake is not very eventful, I guess, and stuff. But like I say, anything that's not this, a New Line movie, I'll take. Here's Jason, quote unquote, as he's being pulled into hell in Jason Goes to Hell. And here's a shot. It's kind of not too good of a shot, probably screen grab from Friday the 13th Part 3. I think this is the only one from Friday the 13th Part 3 of the canoe that Chris is sleeping in just before she's attacked by, which makes absolutely no sense, by Mrs. Voorhees coming out of the lake / pond at the end of Friday the 13th Part 3 in 3D. This time, Jason comes to you. Here's an interesting picture I've actually seen on a lobby card from behind the scenes of Friday the 13th Part 6. Jason Lives. You can actually see the camera and a tripod leg. It's just like, this is from the scene when he comes in and attacks that one woman and the blood splats on the inside of the glass and she breaks through it and he pulls her back in. It's from that, like a behind the scenes photo of that scene. So this is kind of an interesting image from Jason Lives. This doesn't look like a screen grab. It looks like a behind the scenes photo of Kane Hodder and Friday the 13th Part 7 New Blood. So at least it's not a, when it's not a screen grab, I kind of give a card a little more props for actually like getting a behind the scenes photo or something that's not taken directly from the movie. And also the resolution tends to be a little better on a picture like that as well. And I think this is the last card. This is a really kind of cool behind the scenes image of what, as well as Friday the 13th Part 7 A New Blood. So that took longer than I actually anticipated. This is of course, finishing up the deck of Friday the 13th playing cards from Aquarius Entertainment. As I said, I'm not a card player or a gambler by any stretch of the imagination, but this was gifted to me, so I'm like, this would probably be something that viewers of the channel would be interested in seeing, so I showed you. Thank you very much for taking a look at this really cool deck of Friday the 13th cards, and as always, we'll catch you on the next video.